So recently we had fog again. You know what that means. Into the car, out to the woods for some familiar scenery, albeit in new atmospherics, and with some difference in compositional opportunities and equipment. So the first thing that I saw was this shelter house in the rain. I thought it looked great. Stopped and took a picture through the car window without even getting out. That was my first photo of the day. Thank you to the R5 Mark II's 45 megapixels for letting me get that generous crop without even needing to get out of the car. Equipment options for today were the R5 Mark II, as well as an older 70 to 200 millimeter f2.8 LIS USM lens. This is the first version of the image stabilized iteration of that lens, and the Canon 16 to 35 millimeter f2.8 LIS USM Mark III. What an alphabet and number soup mouthful. But the lens I ended up choosing for its versatility of focal lengths was my RF 28 to 70 millimeter f2.8. This is an STM lens and it is not an L series lens, so a sort of mid-grade or consumer grade fast standard focal length zoom lens I'm using for the second time on this channel, so I'll leave a card in the top right if you'd like to see the first video of my original landscape photography outing with the 28 to 70 2.8. So I ended up going with the 28 to 70 on the camera because of its versatility, especially at standard focal lengths, which I enjoy using in the woods. Also, I think it's a great mix of sort of the size and form factor of something like a 24 to 70 f4, marrying that with the versatility and the usefulness of the extra light gathering capability of a 2.8 aperture zoom lens. So first we're seeing some photos of a set that I took while my GoPro had died without my knowing it. So there will be some GoPro issues in this point of view video, but so these are a few photos that I took of a grouping of trees with the original raw and edited files. So here you can enjoy the full compositional exercise of this scene, first setting up on the trail and then deciding to move a little bit off the trail to establish using the trail as a leading line coming in from the lower left corner. And this is both the file that I took and a slightly more focused crop of that. So at this time it is 7:57 a.m. and I'm looking out across and deciding that I need to decide whether I'm going to go back to my car, which is parked over the top of this hill, or whether I want to continue on to my destination on this trail, which is probably a mile and a half, 2 miles down the trail, knowing that the conditions are dissipating and that it might be a little faster to just walk back to my car and drive to my destination before ultimately deciding that I will just take the hike. So I saw some mushrooms in some really, really nice light and decided to test out the close focusing of the lens and shoot this at the minimum focus distance. I think it did a really great job here. So once again, I'll just rewind this so you can see a view of how close the camera was able to get to this subject and sort of give you a sense of what the magnification is. And then I met a friend on the trail, but fortunately turned out to be two friends.
Is this your dog? Okay. Well, you can ignore this phone call then.
Before continuing on this boardwalk to take maybe the best photo that I've taken of this scene, and I credit that somewhat to the 28 to 70 lens. You see that this just hit right on at 28 millimeters and hardly had to finesse this composition in post-processing for a very slight background compression. But I will also again credit the dynamic range of the R5 Mark II here, looking at how much of the overhead cloud detail I was able to resolve back into the reflection in the foreground. Love that. So just before my destination, I thought I would stop and revisit a location that I shared on the channel previously. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, back in 2022, I will leave a link to that video in the card as well. But if you were to review that, or if you happen to recall visiting this location, this is what it looks like today. finally I reached what I had hoped to catch in some fog. However, the fog had dissipated and leaving me to think maybe I made the wrong decision and should have gone back for my car after all. But what you're seeing is a found materials sculpture, public sculpture activity that was made by my friend Sarah Wolf, and I'll be sure in the video description to put something, social media or something, where you can learn more about this project of hers. But this here, the lens really shined, and you can watch me working around this sculpture and sort of finding different ways to compose and frame it up. But loved that with the one lens, I was able to get lots of wides, tights, mediums, and detail shots, without having a lot of fuss of changing lenses. And the lens, all the shots I thought looked just great. And coming back down, I've managed to accomplish, it looks like, all of that in not even quite half an hour. So this very productive hiking and photography. But on my way to the car, I was reminded that Sarah is also hosting a like sort of natural materials weaving workshop at this location. So this area of the park is called the Grotto. And as I sit here trying to compose, you can see what I'm waiting for is for this light, this flicker of light to come in to this area of the floor of the forest. And that is not a freeze frame. That is my GoPro actually freezing up as I'm trying to compose this photo and waiting for this light condition to occur. But when it did finally return, I was able to catch this, the last photo of the day, putting the details on the screen there now. So I think maybe the best thing I could do to conclude like a little series of point of view photography videos using this lens for landscape would be to compare the image quality to my L series zooms. So if you'd like to see that, be sure to subscribe, and then I think I'll have something conclusive to say, because I have very favorable things to say about the form factor and the utility of the lens. Let's do an image quality comparison and draw a final conclusion whether I can recommend this or not as a replacement to an L series lens, or perhaps as a complement to a series of L series lenses. So subscribe to see that, and until I see you next time, you guys keep an eye out and a foot forward. Thanks for watching.